Hey.
Happy
Hi,
Thursday.
happy Thursday. It's your favorite day, John.
It is my favorite day. I'm in a chipper mood, and you're outside in the backyard.
I can't even tell you how good it feels to not be in the basement today. I mean, just sitting under the lights in the cold, dank basement, I'm always like, ugh, when I get up, this just already feels so much better.
Yeah. Okay, John, you said that Thursday is your favorite day compared to Friday
Yes.
or so even you don't even like Friday the
No, I
best?
like Friday. I would rank
Okay.
Friday above Monday, of course. Friday's
Okay.
kind of my second favorite day, but I love the anticipation of the weekend, right?
I know.
Yeah, that's like the fun. Friday, you still got to work, and then you're like, oh my God, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thursday's that build up, and it is going to be a gorgeous Thursday for y'all. As you can see behind me, Amy, and Felicia, look out to your right. Southside look good?
We're good over here.
All right, everyone's good all over the place. Sunny skies. Let's take a look downtown, and the humidity is leaving the area too. After a couple, I'll just say it, weird weather days with Cristobal making its way up through the Mississippi River Valley and such. We are clear of that. That system is now reaping havoc in Ontario, but we don't got to worry about those Canadians. We are looking at temperatures going from the 70s to the low 80s today, 81 degrees, not much in the way of dew points, comfortable out there. And as we look at the next 7 days, I don't know. This may be the best 7 day forecast we've ever had on this show. In terms of it's dry, it's sunny, and it's comfortable. And even when we get hot towards the middle parts of next week, we don't get the dew points until maybe Thursday or Friday. So it's a dry 89 next Wednesday. A little bit chilly on Saturday, but I mean, I deserve a round of applause for this one, and I ask for it right now.
Wait,
All right,
you have what to
John.
do with the forecast?
Hey, I get yelled at when it's snowy. I
I'll
get
yell at
yelled
you.
at when it's hot. I know you don't,
I,
Amy, but Felicia does.
I
oh,
do. Yep, that's true. That's
I was like,
true.
I don't have to
Judgment.
thank you.
I know, but Felicia does, and I appreciate that round of applause.
That's true. Judgment, judgment, judgment.
Judge it.
Um, okay, thank you so much, John. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on as the Chicago area and the rest of the world opens up a little more, supporting Black-owned business is more important than ever. We've got Chef Fab. She's the owner of Can't Believe It's Not Meat. You know, they're over in Hyde Park over on 53rd Street, and they are preparing to open their outside patio, their outside dining area. So let's welcome in Chef Fab, and hopefully she has some fab food recipes and things that we can look forward to at the restaurant. Because as the title says, can't believe it's not meat, you won't be able to believe that this is
Not
not
me.
meat.
And a new mom,
Hey,
too.
Chef Fab.
Hey, Chef Ab.
Hi.
Let me back so I can see myself.
Oh, she's got a helper there, and she can't see herself right now. Can you hear us? Can you talk to us?
Hear you. I can hear you great. I just want to make sure I can see me and you guys can see the food.
Hey.
Yes.
You and the food look fab.
Yes, we can see you. You might not be able to see us seeing you, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the restaurant.
So the restaurant is a comfort junk food vegan restaurant. We sell all of your favorite dishes that you would miss if you wasn't vegan, like for instance the burger, pizza puff, Philly cheesesteak. Our new addition is the Philly cheesesteak egg rolls that everyone loves.
Mm.
We're
Ooh.
a fun vegan restaurant. We're also vegetarian and flexitarian. We consider ourselves flexitarians because we invite people that aren't just vegan, you know. So if you're transitioning into being vegetarian or vegan, we offer a regular cheese, you know, because some people that aren't vegan, they can't get used to the vegan cheese yet. So it's basically a fun all around vegetarian restaurant.
So, how long have you guys been around?
For a year and about 3 months now. And it's
Ah,
been amazing. People love it. We have
They,
people that literally come every day.
yeah, they often have a line outside the door. So I've been there and I got a burrito because I'm a South Sider, so I love 53rd Street. So I got a burrito, and as a Mexican connoisseur, Mexican food connoisseur, it was different. I'll say this. But what do you want people to keep in mind as they
So
approach
our
veganism?
burrito isn't your traditional burrito, not like want to say like you know, the Mexican culture burrito. It was, you know, the burrito was your favorite like junk food store in Chicago, like a Chicago edition burrito.
Mm-hmm. It was
You know how
still good.
the lettuce, the American cheese, the sour cream. It's not like a Chipotle burrito.
Yeah, it's still
I
good though, but I think you have to, change your mind in terms of how you approach vegan
Yeah,
food.
for sure. But the we do everything else is like exactly if it were the same, like a burger. People come get the burger like every day. It has like a pickles. We have like a special sauce that tastes like Big Mac sauce. Like everything else is exactly if you were a carnivore.
It's funny, like I was vegan for 2 years and really enjoyed how it made me feel, but I was so uneducated in the food that you can eat and what's available these days. It is amazing what you can do with vegan meat.
Yeah, for sure. You can convert it and make it into anything you like it to be. And people just don't understand that. They think you just have to eat meat when you don't have to.
Right.
How have you been adjusting? I mean, after, you were open for about a year and then coronavirus happens. How have you guys been handling this?
So coronavirus came and it just freaked everyone out. Like, of course, it freaked the kitchen out. We had to change everything. Everybody's masked up, like gloved up. They have the clear things around their face. And then we have the customers, they're concerned. Like they want their back stapled. It's when it first started, our customers, it stopped coming for a little while. Maybe when the governor put out the warning and it was like, we can't come out. We had everybody bombarding the grocery stores and no one was really getting delivery and takeout. So for that first week where the corona was really scary and, we were just getting used to being at home, it took a huge toll on the restaurant. Like no one, like the orders went down maybe like 50 to 60%, but I guess soon people got tired of cooking for themselves and started ordering takeout and coming in for, just for walk-in orders, and then it just became back very, very, very busy again. Like to the point, like busier than before coronavirus, because right now everyone is trying to, support Black businesses, and then also, they're tired of cooking their own food.
Oh my gosh, so tired.
And the dishes, oh my goodness, don't get me started.
At first people were I'm strictly not eating out because they were so scared of the virus. And it was just like, wow, like, I was so scared, like, are people going to come out during this whole pandemic? And eventually, like I said, no one wants to cook for themselves anymore. So if you notice, all the to-go restaurants, like, it's just so busy now because people are over it, just cooking for themselves right now.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys are maintaining. You are a Black business on the South Side that employs Black people. And I think that's so important before, now, and tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit more about the food. So we saw the Philly cheesesteaks, which I have to wrap my head around because cheese, meat, bread. So we saw those. What else?
Vegan protein. It's made with like a pea protein, potato, beet juice. If you look into the camera, it's just like a Philly cheesesteak. It tastes so good. Like this is some of our customers' favorite. It's like the number 2 thing on the menu behind the burger.
And what kind of fries are those?
We have seasoned batter fries.
Yes.
It comes with everything except the hoagie burrito.
We are some foodies, and we're like, what kind of seasoning on the fries?
Yeah, hold on, let's all lean in. Maybe we can smell it.
Yeah, I wish you guys could be here and you could taste it, but it's so sad.
Yeah, girl, what's the address?
I know, right? This is the Philly cheesesteak rolls. This is a new edition of the Phillies. People love the Philly cheesesteak so much. It was one day, like, I don't know if you remember the restaurant, they had Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. What was the restaurant? It was a restaurant anyway. It was an appetizer, and they had these.
Was it Fridays?
No, it was downtown.
There's one up by me that hasn't too.
No, it was downtown, and it was a steak restaurant, and their appetizer was these delicious Philly Del Frisco's. Do you remember Del Frisco?
Yes, and they've had the patio seating. It's now where Cooper's Hawk Winery is. Yeah, I have had those.
Exactly, yeah. So when I was pregnant, I'm like, I used to love those rolls. And, of course I can't eat them anymore because I'm vegan. And the restaurant, they moved, they're not in Chicago anymore. So I got up one day and I'm like, okay, let's go in the kitchen. And I made these rolls and they're like surpassed like the burger. They're like almost, like we sell so many rolls a day now. We have to have like someone in the back, just like their shift is rolling rolls. They're so good. They have a special sweet sauce on them. It's jalapenos, our vegan protein, the vegan cheese, and green peppers and onion.
We just got a message on our Facebook from Trey White, good friend of the show, and he says the best
Okay.
pizza puffs in the city.
And we're
Oh,
gonna do that. So this is our pizza puff.
Mm.
Pizza
Wow.
puff. Break it open for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
open it up
Right.
slow.
Spinach and cheese, and
food
like,
porn.
it's so crispy and crunchy. People stand in line for this thing. People will come in there and order like 4 at a time. It comes with fries and a mouse sauce. Because if you're from Chicago, you know, like you dip and pour the mouse sauce on your pizza puff.
I
Yes.
don't even know if this is explicit, like if we should be showing this on TV.
Yeah, we should be blurring some of that out. That drizzle was not appropriate.
Like, this is like, and it's so crunchy. So what we do is this item that's the number one item almost didn't even make it to the menu because I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be too hard to make. It's too stressful. People may think it's just an easy pizza puff, but it's not. You have to sit there. They have to wrap it and fold it a certain way. It has to go in the fryer a certain way. So the day of grand opening, I'm like, you know what? Just let's do it. And I'm so glad I did it because it's the number one menu item.
Now,
We
is
are
that one
we're grabbing
vegan
it.
or vegetarian?
Oh, so everything at the restaurant is a vegan option. So we have vegan cheese and regular cheese for everything on the menu. So if you're
Got
vegan, you can get vegan cheese. And if you want to just indulge in regular cheese, you can just say, hey, I want regular cheese. We don't judge.
Good to know. Tell me just about your vegan journey, because so many people, they explore, they think about making that shift, but then it gets a little daunting. How did you get here?
So my vegan journey started with What the Health. I'm sure everyone heard of the
Mhm.
documentary What the Health on Netflix that came out maybe 3 to 4 years ago. So it explained, you know, how you shouldn't really be eating the things that we're eating and we're intaking. It showed a bunch of things that I was just over, like, oh my God. So me and my family, we decided to go ahead and take the step to try in 30 days into being vegan. And we did it. So why the restaurant became is because I was looking, I'm like, you know, we need some places where it's some fun vegan food, not just like all, you know, just like really traditional vegan food. There's just like your quinoa and mushrooms and all of that. So
Mhm.
we started going to places and I could never find like, you know, pizza puff, cheesesteak, egg rolls. So I got in the kitchen, I got on Pinterest, I got on a bunch of different things and I started putting a bunch of food together. And everyone was like, wait, this tastes so good. And my family, I was preparing these meals from them every day because I still wanted them to feel full. I wanted them to feel like, you know, hey, we're not gonna miss being a carnivore. And so we went ahead and I just started creating all these dishes every day. And I'm like, let's just make this a thing. Let's do it. And we haven't went back since.
Wow. And are you a
I
chef?
cook a lot, so that's why I opened the restaurant so people won't have to cook a lot.
We all appreciate that. But were you a chef before this?
So I was always in the kitchen cooking, so I consider myself a self-taught chef
Okay.
because I didn't go to school for it. It was just, you know, something. I have friends that, like, some of my best friends, they're professional chefs, so I'm always up under them, being their sous chef. And I'm like, they're like, you know, you need to do it. Just go ahead and do it. So no, I wasn't a chef before, but I am now. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, hey, just call me Chef Fab.
Yeah. I was only asking just because I want to know, can I do this?
Yeah,
I want to know, is there hope for me?
certificate, take you some online classes, and there you go.
Wow.
You gotta know how to cook. though. You gotta know how to cook. You know how to cook.
Well,
Yeah.
we're eating over here. We're eating.
Now, look, you cute. You gotta know how to cook now.
Well, I think it's such a great idea because as I discovered, you know, just because it's vegan or vegetarian doesn't make it healthy. And you can find those craving foods that you want and still live this journey on a healthier lifestyle as well. Right.
Right. And you can always eat fun. Like, you don't have to just eat your mushrooms and, you know, it's a bunch of traditional ways to eat vegan and there's a bunch of fun ways to eat vegan as well.
If I got a pizza puff in my mouth, I don't care where that cheese came from. If it's real cheese, if it ain't real
Oh,
cheese.
good. I think it's so weird. we sell them so much. We're trying to package them to sell them frozen, whereas we can put them in like Whole Foods and places like that where people can just purchase them and fry them at home.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
That's
Well, Chef Fab, you're incredible. I also love your backsplash because you get to look at yourself while you cook.
Yes.
Let's get your information up on the screen for people that want to visit you and what you do on 53rd Street. Can't believe it's not Meat Incorporated and Miss Fabrica. Or Ricia, sorry, Fabricia.
Thank you. I wasn't going to correct you.
No, I always want people to correct me because I am often wrong. Thanks,
Like
Chef Fab.
for that Risha part.
thank
so
you.
much for having me. See you
Bye.
guys soon.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Oh, makes me so hungry, John. It's a good thing there's another episode of Food to Go coming up.
Yeah, we've got by the way, Brian really quickly said, I made Apple Jacks for breakfast. Does that count? Yes, it does,
Yes.
Brian.
As long as you use like almond milk, because that's vegan.
Oh, he means is it for vegan? No, I get it. Okay. It counts that you did something, Brian. All right, let's talk about Chicago Food to Go. Show that airs on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday at 4 o'clock on CW26. And we got a lot of great restaurants participating in this. It's just them showing off what they're doing. Delivery, pickup, and now patio service as well. We want to support those local restaurants that are trying to make it during this time. And you can too by not only watching the show and patronizing the businesses that we have on there, but when you go out to the patio or when you order pickup or delivery, take a video. You don't got to be a photographer. Trust me. We're making videos and we ain't photographers. So just take a little video and share it on our social media pages. Go to our website and use the hashtag Chicago Food to Go.
All right, guys, our next guest started acting at only 6 years old. Now, 8 years later, she's been in nearly a dozen commercials and hit TV shows. She's starring as Emmy on the Disney series Sydney to the Max. Julia Garcia is joining us this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Here she's connected to the audio. Let's see. It's working. It's working.
We're trying, Julia. She's looking. Yeah. Can you hear us?
We see you. Nope.
We're on the way. Well, she's on the way.
This interview will happen at some point. I promise you that. She is the
Yes.
cutest ever. And not only that, a really accomplished actress at such a young age, too.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And we watch her over here because she also had like a guest appearance in Henry Danger. And so my family is a Disney family. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
We did it!
So
Yay!
cool. Yay! How are you been doing in quarantine?
It's been kind of crazy. I've been trying to do dance, try to keep myself a little busy, trying not to get distracted, kind of focus on me. Definitely go outside as much as I can and play with my dog.
We have a lot to learn from you. Jeez, I wish we all could.
You said not get distracted. So what does that mean? Are you still like practicing or your craft or with dance or with acting?
Yes, I am still doing dance and acting. I've been having self-tapes, doing Zoom classes with my studio, just trying to get busy.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Did you
booked
have
a
a lot of
national
stuff-
commercial at the age of 6. What was that like? Does that even seem real to you? Or is this
Remember it.
all you've known as being in national commercials?
Yeah, I was really excited because when I was little, I was like, all I wanted was to book and to just show my craft. And, commercials, it's fun. You have amazing crafty, which I love, and, hang out with the cast. And it's different than shows because they use this, I don't know, but on my AT&T commercial that I did recently, they had this like chalk dust that they used for the cameras, so it would be a clean shot. And I loved how it was shot, but it was really hot, and there was just dust everywhere, and I was like, getting high.
Well, so Sydney to the Max got picked up for a 3rd season, correct?
Yes, correct.
Have you guys started shooting any? Had you started shooting any of that yet, or you guys just everything went on pause?
Not yet. Everything has been on paused, but it's different. It's soon though. But
Yeah. Oh, good.
Mhm.
Good.
yeah, definitely excited for the third season and see what's to come.
What's
That's
something that you think we would be surprised to hear about your industry and being a child actor? What's something you think we wouldn't know?
Something that you wouldn't know. Uh, oh, we do lots of school. When we're not shooting or rehearsing, just try to get that education in. We love doing TikToks on set. We're addicted.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. So, what's it like to be part of this Disney universe? I mean, the shows and the movies and the theme parks. I mean, it's just this juggernaut. And a lot of these young child actors and actresses have gone on to do really, really big things. Is it kind of overwhelming? Is it exciting? What's it like?
I do have a lot of anxiety because you're there to do your job. You have to not be late. You have to be organized. You have to be professional. But also, it's a lot of fun. It's not like work for me because then again, I have all my friends with me and just having fun. It's like a family. So, and for me to be in that family, I feel so honored.
What was your audition process like? Were you nervous, scared? How did that go?
I was nervous. And the breakdown said a little bit clueless. So I went for a little Joey Phoebe vibe from Friends, try to mix that in. And my co-star Amelia Ray, she also auditioned for Emmy, but then they wrote, sorry, my English is terrible. I wrote, or not I wrote, I'm so sorry.
Good.
They wrote in Sophia for her character, and I actually auditioned for Emmy on my birthday.
Oh,
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so it was like a little gift.
yes.
Aw, I
love
think
that.
it's a big gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, this quarantine must not be all that weird because I mean it's still weird, but you do so much studying remotely already, right? Does it just kind of keep doing what you were doing before?
Yeah, just kind of, play the part, just still keep those things in mind about being clueless, loving, fun, but definitely just the lines are hard to learn, but I've been taught to just, put in my brain, process it, keep it in there, and then just forget all about it.
Do you have people in your household going over lines and going over some of the I want to call them plays, some of the TV shows with you?
Yes, my mom definitely helped me. I love her so much. I thank her for everything. I appreciate her so much. My dad definitely helps me too, but sometimes he's tired from work, but he helps as much as he can. And definitely my brother helps me. But sometimes he's a little kick in the shoes to like for my mom to yell at him and tell me to do it because she's doing stuff. My dad's at work. And just it's a lot of fun with the family because they act so funny. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Your audition said your character, you had the note of clueless. What is your character like now that you're in the show? I mean, I imagine it's a lot more than just someone who's clueless. Tell us about your Emmy.
Yeah, so in season 2, you get to learn more about my character Emmy, and in last week's episode, we learned that Emmy has ADD and a learning disability.
Oh, and that's important representation.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And I've been told it's the first time in Disney history to address ADD. And so I feel so honored. Definitely did my research to try to understand what ADD was. I try to process it, try to connect with the character, and I did my best.
Good.
Oh, I'm sure it was a perfect job. What has playing a character like this taught you?
Definitely to show uh more different sides of my acting skills because I've played kind of put together people who are just smart, who are smitten, and to play this character, I feel so honored. Um, and I tried my best. I just tried to connect and try to understand because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot. And I wonder too, because with ADD, there are different levels. Some kids have it mild, some kids have it a lot more problems with it, when they have to be medicated. Some just go to counseling, and it's showing up in our society more often right now. Does that put a little bit of pressure on you to get that right?
It kind of is. I do have a lot of I do get very nervous very easily. Because
Certainly
you're
doesn't
doing
show.
your job. Yeah. And so I tried my best. Hopefully it came out pretty well.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. We got a question from Bill on Facebook. He wants to know, since you work for the Disney Channel, do you get free access to the parks?
Ooh.
You
No, really?
Really.
should just walk up and be like, I am Emmy. Get me on in here.
Yes.
Hopefully very soon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on that for you, though.
Yeah, for sure.
1000%. What's somebody you want to work with in the future?
Somebody you want to work with. I do want to work with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
Just
are you looking to do these dramas, or are you looking to stay with sitcoms, or how do you feel as an actress?
as an actress, I feel I try to do all different things. I love comedy, but I would love to also do a drama one day. Um, there's so many genres. There's drama, there's comedy, sitcom, and it's different because drama is usually single cam, and it's a lot different because it's a lot less. But for Cindy to the Max, it's multicam, so it's staged. You have to be bigger, uh, just have more facial expressions, have a lot more energy. I love doing that, but also single cam is what I really love because it's natural.
Hmm. I was amazed when you said that you channeled Phoebe and Joey. Doing a little math, that show like ended the year you were born. It came out long before then. So, do you watch a lot of old TV for inspiration, or is just Friends something that you've watched it and seen it all?
I love watching 90s, 80s movies, but my mom raised me to, watch those things, get my education,
Yeah.
just, see where TV has come. And I love Lucy.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
And that's like way before my time, but it's one of the first. And I love Friends. Friends is like my number one. Um
Ferris
I
Bueller's
love
Day
Lucy.
Off was released on this day in 1986. Did you see that one
Oh.
yet?
No.
Oh, you gotta see that one. It's all about Chicago, so it's a really fun movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I'll go.
got a list for you.
Yeah. I'm also thinking like of the Disney stars that I grew up watching. So That's So Raven, of course, Hannah Montana and Lizzie McGuire. Are these people, do you know these people? Have you worked with these people, or do you look up to these people?
I definitely look up to them, but I feel so honored to have worked with Raven Simone.
Cool.
Yes,
really-
because she was gonna direct one of the episodes that I wasn't in.
Oh.
But she was seeing how it is, kind of taking her notes because she was gonna direct one of the episodes, and I
That's
thought it was
cool.
super cool.
That's who you want to be like, you guys. Have you, Amy, John, have you seen that? She was like 30 playing this high school kid.
Yes. Oh yeah. Because I knew her from the Cosby Show.
Right.
So then when she started playing this role, I was like, oh my gosh, she's grown up. And I'm like, wait, but she's not grown up. Wait, I couldn't figure out how old she was.
She played this high school kid for like 10 years.
Well, Julia, I think that's so cool that you learned the history. That's really going to, I imagine, help you out in your career. Good luck, and congratulations on all the success so far.
Thank you so much.
Well,
And
make
come
sure you
back
get
again,
details
please.
up. Yeah, let's get the details for the show and where people can follow you to see everything you're doing. Sydney the Max season 1 and 2 are available on the Disney Channel, and they got signed for season 3, so there's lots more to watch. And of course, you can keep up with Julia Garcia on her social media pages, on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great. Best of luck to you, girl.
Bye.
So cute. I remember the first time I saw her was in an episode of Henry Danger, because that's what my Henry loves to watch. And these Disney shows, man, I didn't grow up with Disney shows. Well, you said you watched them, Felicia, but we didn't have them when I was growing up. It was cartoons.
Yeah, well, that was literally the shift where we had Saturday morning cartoons and we started shifting to Disney. And so now they don't even have Saturday morning cartoons, because I didn't even grow up with cable like that. So they don't even have Saturday morning cartoons on the non-cable stations. Yeah, the regular TV channel.
I mean, we had 2, 5, 7, 9, 32, and 50 growing up, and we would just watch Saturday morning cartoons. And then, like, when we were out of the cartoons, then it was soap operas.
yes. You had to go outside and play or find some new business. But.
Yeah, go get lost somewhere is what my mom would always say.
Right. She is on the move, though. I am excited to see where she is going to end up. That is amazing.
No kidding. Whew.
Yeah. Let me remind everybody about Job Hunt Chicago. It comes on the weekends, you guys, Saturdays and Sundays, and it is basically a job fair. So we have some hot companies that are looking to hire you right now. They're looking to expand their team, even with everything going on. So you need to watch Job Hunt Chicago if you are in the search for a job. And if you are someone who's hiring, who is looking to expand your team, go to jobhuntchicago.com. Let us know about it, because we want to profile you. We want to get what your company is doing out there. And we want to let folks know what that you are looking for them.
Also, we want to remind everybody that we have a show airing this Sunday, June 14th. Graduate together, celebrate together. We are celebrating all the good things that these students did this year and that are now finally graduating, because the graduation obviously is going to be a little bit different. So we want to highlight some of the amazing students, some of the amazing teachers, some of the little graduates, and then some of the big graduates. So you can see that at 12:30 on the U and at 4:30 on CW26, Sunday, June 14th.
Hey guys, I am in the kitchen now, as you can probably tell. It's time to get cooking, and our next guest is going to go with some great new breakfast options. We got celebrity chef Claire Robinson joining us with tips on easy protein-packed meals to kickstart your day. I've got some here. They said, oh, we're doing some Johnsonville stuff. I'm like, I got a fridge full of that stuff. Chef, thanks for joining us today.
Amy, John, and Felicia, thank you so much for having me.
Like, we're going to see all this delicious food and not get any. Oh.
Let me tell you, I'm eating enough for 3 here.
There you go.
So I know you've got something, a product that I had not heard of, because I know I have a lot of Johnsonville stuff. I usually just go for the original recipe sausages in the morning. I've got my griddle already heating up, so I'm going to throw some of these on. Tell us what you got.
First of all, I love that you're cooking right now. I've got something new. It's not out everywhere, but in Chicago area, it's at Myers, Woodman, Strachan Van Til, and Mariano's. And what's there is Johnsonville sausage strips. Like, it's in a strip. So basically, move over bacon, you got a new friend, and it is so good. They do have the original sausage. They also have maple flavored, spicy, and chorizo. So think of all the incredible things you could do with this.
Yeah.
I've got my sausages going here, so it's just as simple as this, right? You just throw it on.
So easy. It's matter of fact, it cooks even faster. It takes about 3 minutes just to get this nice and crisp on the edges, but still chewy like you love sausage to be, and packed with flavor. I made not a BLT, but an SLT, because I thought, what can I do with it? And I put it on a biscuit because I love biscuits. They're just delicious. I mean, why not? And then I also stuck it in a Bloody Mary. Do you have a Bloody Mary?
Wait, hold on. I didn't know that was part of it. Let me get to my liquor cabinet.
Yeah, you didn't tell us to get the Bloody Mary.
I would have done that right away.
Right? It's so good. I use the spicy for this, and the spicy sausage is just like drooling and oozing into this incredible Bloody Mary. It's so good.
So it's crispy like bacon, but like tender in the middle like sausage. Is that how it works?
Yes, exactly. And you can cook it even farther to make it more crispy, but it's like, I mean, it's really good.
Oh, look, she's just showing off now.
No, it's just being mean.
Sorry.
There's a lot of options. I would imagine that's also probably pretty good on pizza.
Ooh.
Oh, it would be amazing on pizza. And actually, because it's nice and it stays nice and flat, you don't have to worry about it curling. So it'll be really good on a pizza. That's a great idea.
You know, there's so many, we're obviously a lot more conscious about where our food comes, and that's one of the reasons I like the products at Johnsonville. It's because you know where it is, it's natural, it's real, it's not loaded up with a bunch of stuff.
Absolutely. How's your sausage coming along? Look at
They're pretty good. I'd like to go slow and go because I usually burn them, and for the sake of this, I don't want smoke flying off the skillet, but I'm about to flip them, so that's good.
Okay. Claire, tell us about the Power of 10 initiative, this restaurant industry relief effort.
Yes, I am really excited to partner with the Power of 10 initiative. It is a restaurant relief program that is not only getting restaurants back up and running and people back to work in restaurants, but it's feeding people in need in their area. So it's the number 10 is all about the fact that for $10, you can feed one meal to the growing hungry in every community and also get the restaurant like operating again.
Mm-hmm.
That's important stuff. By the way, I love this interview because of the sound effect. Can y'all hear the sizzling or no?
Yes, John.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Rub it in, Lido.
I know if you're not dropping it off at our house, we're not interested.
Yeah.
It'll fly like a saucer. I'll fling it down to Bronzeville. I got you, girl.
Gotcha.
Well, I can't wait to try out that new product. Thank you so much, Chef, for stopping by.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Enjoy that sausage.
I can't wait. Let's get the information up on the screen for what we got going on. Johnsonville obviously has great products. I swear I had a ton of it already in the fridge, and this smells really good in here. And there you can follow Claire Robinson, too, on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Thanks, Chef.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye.
You
So
guys,
how long do I keep cooking this for?
I have some of those sausage patties, the original ones. They are so good. You don't have to do anything to them but brown them, and it's perfect.
Yep. Anything with the word sausage in it
Amy.
is good.
But you said put it on pizza. It would be nice to get like a breakfast pizza.
Could you? Well, I mean, like because it's crispy and it's flat. You could like crumble it up on pizza. I bet you'd be really good.
Every pizza's a breakfast pizza if you try hard enough, Alicia.
I know. I'm just saying because it will have like breakfast seasonings and flavors.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so at least you could take like a biscuit and have a biscuit, and then do eggs and cheese and that.
Oh yes.
You know.
Yum. Well, you guys you talk. I'm going to join you in while I'm still cooking on this stuff.
Well, not yet. Now you got to finish it, John.
He's like, no, he's like,
Well,
"No."
yeah, I can't leave it like this. I got to eat this stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you have been forgetting things lately, they're saying that you should blame it on the coronavirus pandemic. That's what studies are showing, that is leading to brain fog.
Really?
Yeah. Has that been your experience? Does anyone feel a little cloudy up there?
I'm
I
been
can
cloudy.
see
for
it.
forever.
You know, there's days where I just am not as focused, I feel like, and I feel like a little scatterbrained, and I imagine a lot of that has to do, and sorry it's so dark in here, I didn't bring my lights with me. I'll open the door again. Is that I don't have that set routine. I've gotten a little better now that we've gotten this rhythm of it, but that first month, I mean, you asked me a question and I have no idea what's happening. Just because I think that your brain goes through this normal procedure, and when it gets knocked out of it, I imagine that a lot of things go along with it too.
Well, and also I would think too, because we spent so much time inside, you're just missing out on the vitamin D, the fresh air. So you kind of turn down a little bit instead of you brighten up outside, right?
Well, there's so much stimuli at home too. Like literally as I'm sitting here talking to you, I hear my husband downstairs talking on the phone while playing video games. There's some contractors out back. I don't know where the dog is, so I'm concerned about where he is right now. Like there's so much going on, and I'm supposed to be zoned in for work.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are experiencing these things that, they have not had to mix the two with work and home. So that makes me all like this in here,
Right. Well,
Right.
plus, I mean, you think about it, you're stressed out about the pandemic, right? And then you add on the worry of job loss, friends getting sick, loved ones
Girl.
getting sick. Then we have the George Floyd situation, all the protests and the rioting downtown, and just the way the world has changed. And so
Yeah.
all that stress like really messes with your brain.
Girl, it's hard fighting racism. It is so hard.
It is. You're right. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just that I love
Sounds
Felicia's
funny.
blanket statement. You're right.
It is so hard fighting systemic racism. I'd be tired.
Well, they do say that exercise is the best way to get that brain fog out. And I will say, I do agree, but because like I am doing my exercise in the afternoon. So after we do this, and I'll
Yeah.
ultimately feel better at the end of the day because I get out of my fog.
Yes, I like it later in the afternoon as well. I'm a little bit more successful at getting it done.
Yeah, I prefer to do it in the morning first thing because it woke me up and it got me going for the day, but just doesn't work out right now with the current situation.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, it's interesting this study that women. So what we think about what we want from the opposite sex, or I guess the same sex doesn't matter. But women overestimate what men think of them in terms of. Women think that men want them to be super thin, but the studies show that it's not quite that clear in terms of how thin or how much of that. And same back the other way, guys think that women want some really masculine person and a lot of muscles, but it's not quite as much as we think. And I wish that both sides could just talk to each other and tell them that so everyone can
Right?
chill out a little bit.
Yeah, because we all put so much stupid pressure on ourselves. And you know what? I like Todd's dad bod. I won't tell him that, but
I mean, this is obvious what I feel about this. I'm cooking sausage during the middle of a television show. I'm going to eat all 8 of these patties. So clearly Enrique doesn't mind a little bit of extra gut on the belly.
Yeah, well, me and my husband, we have mom and dad bods, but we haven't had kids yet. So therein lies the problem. But no, I think we're so hard on ourselves and in our brains in terms of how we look and everything, that it is just not that serious, and it's important. And I guess that's why you need to be so vocal in terms of how you love and how you love on your partner and how you encourage them and how you like them and to be complimentary to kind of
yes.
offset some of that. And also, folks, get out of your head a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say, I don't know about you guys, but I know I suffer from this a little bit. Not body dysmorphia, but I don't see myself the way other people see myself. And I'm sure you guys do to some degree
No.
too. So I'll be like, oh my
we
God, I
talk
look
about
so
it all
fat.
the time.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, I hate this. It looks awful on me. And then somebody will be like, oh, that is so cute. I'm like, didn't
Yeah.
see it. You
I'll do
know?
that with pictures too. Like a picture, I'll just be like, oh, not that one. And Enrique or someone else will be like, oh no, you look really cute in that one. I'm like, really? I don't see, because I think we have our own image of what we see, and we're a little different. We see each other all the time through or see ourselves all the time through these cameras. So every little wrinkle I notice and every little thing. But
Mine?
yeah,
You notice a little mine, John?
no, you don't have any, Amy.
Right.
But no, I think we need to do, give yourself a pass a lot of the times. Not saying don't be healthy, but like you're a lot prettier than you realize to everyone out there.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
I
Although I
want
have to
you to say that every single morning, though, John.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
we
I'm
should
eating a sausage.
I don't know if you've ever gotten this, and this always made me laugh because I never knew how to take this, but I get it from a lot of people when I meet them on the street or I'll be out on a story or something like that. They're like, wow, you're so much prettier in person.
Ah,
But I mean, right?
I
it's a
get the
compliment.
opposite.
It's a compliment, but I'm like, okay.
Oh, I get the way opposite. They're like, you? Oh, that makeup does some good.
Yeah, I get. You look so different because when I am not at work, you get none of this. Okay,
Right.
you get sweatpants, you get a side ponytail, and no makeup. Okay, you get none of this.
We thought we got the pineapple. I like the pineapple better.
Yes, that is to preserve the hair, so I have less work to do in the morning.
Amen.
Okay.
All right, these sausages are done. I'm gonna leave
Yeah.
a couple for Enrique. Should I move on over into the room?
Yeah,
Come
but
on
just
back.
hold up the sausages so we can see them.
Oh yeah, here they are, all done.
Oh, see, I would burn that more.
Yeah, but I
I
want to
like
get out of the kitchen. We got a show to do, so let's do that, huh?
Yes. Okay, I think we are ready to move on, right?
Yeah, let's do
Yep.
it.
Okay, John, you get comfortable and strap in because we are going for a ride.
All right.
Let's welcome a young lady who is about to graduate from Lane Tech. She is our senior of the day and is a debate whiz, a dancer, and a member of the International Club. Asia Gray is here this morning. Asia, welcome on in, girlfriend.
Let's see. Hi. Oh, we can't hear you.
Asia, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
She
do
got a
you
little-
have a mute button at the bottom left-hand corner?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So you're graduating from Lane Tech High School. Is this your senior shirt that you have on? Can we see it?
This is not my senior shirt from school, but it's a shirt that my aunt made me. It says senior just did it.
Yes.
That's your alarm to come on this show, and you were early, so don't worry about that.
So you're going to be heading to Mizzou, correct?
Yes.
I got to say you're my arch rival then, because I went to Southern Illinois. So Salukis and Mizzou, man, especially the journalism departments, we always went head to head in award ceremonies.
Yeah. So what are you going to study there?
I'm going to study journalism and African American studies.
Nice. That is on key, on par for right now.
Yeah.
Right on time with all of that. Yeah.
Do you know exactly what you want to do?
I'm not sure what I want my profession to be, but I do know that I want to help my communities or communities of color like mine with my, studies.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Well, you're going to one of the top journalism schools in the country, so I think you will be just fine.
Thank you.
Did you get a chance to visit down in Columbia?
I actually was supposed to visit, but then with, COVID-19, everything was canceled. So I've only done virtual tours, but many people have told me the campus is beautiful, and I'm definitely excited to see it.
It definitely is a gorgeous campus. It's really it's got that real collegiate feel. But it's cool. It's in an interesting town. You're going to be an hour away from the state capital of Jefferson City. And, have you ever been to Missouri at all? Or is this kind of a new adventure for you in terms of the region too?
It's just all new. That's why I'm so excited. I've never been there or around. I'm excited for new things.
Yeah. Okay. Unsolicited advice. Try everything. When you get there, try everything, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't know what you're doing. I think that's the best way to get and handle and get some kind of idea about where you want to go, what kind of emphasis you want to take with journalism. Just do everything.
I definitely will. I'm so excited just to try new things, like being in a different environment. I think that's going to be great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what dorm you'll be staying in? Did you get a dorm assignment or anything yet?
Yes, I believe the dorm I'm staying in is called Hatch.
Okay.
So far, I've heard that it's a pretty nice dorm, but I heard that it's far away, so I guess I'll be doing a lot of walking.
Every dorm on every college campus has its pros and its cons, and when you get there, it'll all just be gravy.
Yeah. Don't worry about your quarantine 15.
Yeah, no kidding.
Care of.
So what was your senior year like? Obviously pretty abbreviated, different. How are you and your friends handling it?
Yeah, senior year started off great, honestly. We were doing, it was just new for everyone. We got to experience, new things like being able to partake and, our pep rallies as seniors and the senior chant. That was definitely an amazing experience. And then the abrupt stop because of COVID. I'm not going to say it was bad, but it definitely had some disappointing factors, but I really think we're making the most of it. I have my drive-through graduation tomorrow, and I'm just excited that we're still able to, social distancely see each other and just make the best out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Were you planning on going to prom at all?
I was planning on going to prom, but I mean, I have some friends who are putting on their prom dresses and taking pictures, but I think I'll pass and I'll just celebrate, without doing that.
If you want to go get your dress and show us, we'd love to see it.
I actually didn't buy my prom dress because I stopped since when I found out that we weren't going to have a prom. I was like, okay, I'd rather, save money and not buy the dress and work on getting stuff for graduation and saving for college.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. A few bucks in your pocket goes a long way.
Yeah. So what are you going to do the rest of the summer? Any plans? Are you kind of just in limbo because of everything going on?
Well, originally I wanted to work at one of the Chicago Park districts, but since of COVID-19, they've been very limited with the way they're going to have those. So actually for the summer, I'm going to be babysitting my younger cousin.
Oh,
cool. That's fun.
Yeah. So we just a second ago, we saw you in a picture with a trophy. You're on the debate team, no?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Now you're speaking John's language.
Yep.
How did you do?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that really prepped you for not only college but beyond?
I definitely think it did. Debate, honestly, the activity has opened my eyes to so many different experiences and just so much knowledge that I had no idea that I needed. And it's been a great experience for the last 4 years on the debate team. Not only the competitive aspect has my team been successful, but also just the connections I've made and the people that I've met and the space created was just so enlightening. I loved it.
One thing about debate that I always found fascinating is you don't always get to argue what you believe in. And to
Yep.
form arguments on the other side really does open your eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
It does. It really does.
Well, and it's just so good to teach you how to speak in public too, and to speak to your peers, so they have some understanding of what your point is, right? I think too many people don't learn how to argue and are unsuccessful in that later on.
Yes. Something that was great about it was the chance to have different perspectives. So not only was I saying what I believed in, but I was also understanding why people disagreed with me and what they believed in. And that was great.
Yeah. Is that something you think you might continue in college?
Well, the type of debate that I was doing in high school, which is called policy debate, they actually don't have at Mizzou, but they have a different kind. So I'm considering it, but I'm just not sure yet.
What, Congress? What are you going to do? Which other debate they got?
I believe they have, it's called public forum, I think, or parley debate. I think those are the types that they have there.
Done a little bit of that. I'd recommend it.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll.
I'd do anything, though. If someone's like, hey, go argue with this person, I'm like, where do I sign up? How do I get on that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know they broke down debate sections like that. So you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little visitor I had to take to speak to.
Oh, one of your kids, yeah. So obviously, you mentioned, with everything that's going on, and you're going to be studying African American studies. That's got to mean a lot to you, as well as everyone in our community, in all of our communities, finding ways to kind of come together and learn a bit from each other.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely excited for that. And I think that now and all the time, honestly, is a great time to study things like that. I love learning history and learning more about the past because once you learn more, you see that history really does repeat itself. And the way that we can have an impact on each other is way bigger than we know.
Yeah. I, of course, had a few classes around that. I went to a HBCU, North Carolina A&T, and I had to take an elective, and it was art or African American literature. I chose African American literature for, we'll talk about the reasons why. But I actually wasn't excited about it because I felt like I was very familiar with African American history, a lot of writers and authors. I felt like I was very familiar, but in that class, it was like my last semester or two. And it ended up opening my eyes to so much that, I thought I knew that I actually didn't know. And it was just so interesting to have the different conversations about what's going on in our community and seeing how other people haven't necessarily had that same experience where they've learned a lot. This could be their first time hearing about certain authors or certain pieces of work out there. I think that's cool.
Yeah, me too. That's almost exactly what happened to me. I thought that I was very educated, in African American history, just from school. But after I joined debate and I actually took an African American literature class this year in school, I realized how much I don't know. And that's what opened my eyes to want to study African American studies because it just a realization I had is that the more you know, the more you figure out you don't know anything. So that's been a great experience.
That's a good lesson to learn early in life. Because the more you know, that keeps on going.
Yeah, it's crazy how life just kind of twists and turns you into different experiences. And now look at what this could be your minor.
Yeah, and the second you stop learning, you stop growing. And all of us should be learning and growing all the time. You don't ever reach an end, right? Until you do, but
One of the reasons they say you chose Missouri was because of school spirit. Do you like that sense of community at a big school?
Yes, besides, of course, studies, my favorite thing is showing school spirit and having a community at school because I mean, I'm going to be far from home, so I want the pride and the happiness that I see there, and I definitely saw it at Mizzou.
Oh
Any
yeah.
person I talk to who's been to Mizzou, they're like, "Oh, are you excited for the games?" and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to experience that community.
I love it. I was too. I loved it. I went to U of I, which is also a Missouri rival in basketball, but I love the big school feel. And there was nothing cooler than, and hopefully it'll happen eventually, being in the big stadium with 50 to 60,000 other people, wearing the right, the team colors. I don't know. I know some people find that hokey. I loved it.
Well, we've been arguing on our Facebook page about between Salukis and Mizzou, so you're gonna have plenty of people that have school spirit with you.
Yeah. How do you feel about leaving home? I know that things are kind of paused a little bit. We're figuring out what's going on with COVID, but at some point you're going to leave home.
Yes, it's mixed feelings, honestly. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna miss my family, my siblings, my mom and dad. I see my grandparents very often, so I'm gonna miss my grandparents too. But I'm just excited for new things. I'm excited to start a new chapter in my life. I don't think it's me saying goodbye to them. I just think it's a pause, I'm coming back, so that's super exciting. I'm just ready for it, honestly.
Do you know who your roommate's going to be? Is it a friend of yours, or are you getting assigned a roommate?
Yes, the funny thing is me and my friend, we went to kindergarten together and we're going to be college roommates. So our parents are like super excited.
Oh,
So
that's
cute.
comforting to know.
Yeah.
That's so
Like,
cool.
I'm the only one who went in without I didn't know my roommate until I got there.
I didn't know my roommate.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
No. And then I don't know her now.
I don't know. It did not go well.
Yeah. We'll save it for another day. I'm just kidding. We're on Facebook. It's a high and by cordial kind of situation.
I don't even know what my roommate's last name is now. She actually moved out of our room while I was at class one day. I came home and the room was empty.
Oh.
What did you do, Amy?
I have no idea. I don't know if it was much as me as it was she wanted to live with someone else. So,
But it's gonna go well for you, Asia.
it is. That's because you're smarter, and you're going to roommate with a friend. So I'm glad you're hearing that.
Is that what your therapist told you, Amy, when you talked to her, that she wanted to live with someone else? It wasn't you. Sorry,
No.
we should focus on our senior. Sorry.
Yes. Let's focus on it.
No, but these are the adventures, and I just like Felicia, I love giving unsolicited advice. That door open thing is so important. I know it's so. They say like open your doors when the first couple days. I bet you're so excited. Are you good at meeting new people?
I am good at meeting new people. I love making friends, so I'm definitely excited for that.
I just want to go with her. I just want to go with you. I could live next door. We're gonna go to all the parties.
We can be buddies, yes.
Who is
Amy's got a friend visit. Two of them.
I got two friends. Yeah, they came to say hi.
Oh.
And somebody's stinky.
When does potty training
Todd. It's Todd.
Oh,
Just-
he's potty trained. He is not.
How did that happen?
I don't know. You
Well-
say hi?
Asia, this is what you don't do your freshman year at college.
Well, Asia, let's say good luck to you, congratulations, and best of luck in Missouri, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes, we're rooting for you, girl.
Take care.
Thank you. Nice
Bye.
to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. Good luck. Did you figure it out, Amy, who was the culprit?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Miles.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, buddy, how you
you're
doing?
my favorite.
Well, okay. You gotta go inside. Hi. It's hard because there's two of them. You can't wrangle them both. It's really easy.
Yeah,
Hi. Bye. We'll see you later.
you got to snatch one up and hope for the best.
I love it. I love it. That's what life is, right? I mean, you were able to hide in the basement and lock the door apparently, but on the outside, they want to join you.
Look, she's still muted.
Yeah, it's okay.
I forgot to mute myself. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, they're outside. They came in through the patio and they ran out here before anybody could catch them.
Yeah. Where's the person watching them?
They're
Where's
inside now. Yeah, they're all inside. Hey, so let's move on. You may know her from Eat, Travel, Rock. Kelly Rizzo is a Chicago native and a travel and food blogger, now quarantined in LA with her hubby, Bob Saget. She's got some tips on how to make the most of Chicago's patio season and still enjoy a little of the festival season right from your own home. Pretty awesome. And here's, hey, Kelly, how are you?
Oh, how are you guys?
Hey!
Good.
John and Amy, nice to meet you. Felicia, so nice to see you again. It's been a long time.
Yes, yes. We're going to work
I
on
know.
that, though.
Yeah.
I just wish I was actually with you guys there in Chicago. I miss it so much.
Today's actually a nice day, but we haven't had great weather lately, so that's
Well,
good.
it is usually pretty nice here in LA. That I cannot complain about.
That's true. So how are you keeping yourself sane during all this? I looked at your Instagram page. You seem to be doing some cooking demos. You're
Right.
staying pretty busy.
You know what? I've actually been really busy, even from at home, but it's very strange because I'm so used to just traveling nonstop and going all over the place and always being on the go. I thought that in the very beginning, like the first week or two, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to handle this for much more than a couple of weeks. But it's been 3 months and I'm not exaggerating. We have barely left the house, like at all. We haven't gone to a grocery store, no shopping, no stores. I think a couple times we went for like a walk around the block, but we have not left the house.
So how does that work for someone who's semi-newlyweds? How long has it been now?
It's been a year and a half, almost going on 2 years. Yeah.
Exciting. So how was that, like just being quarantined?
You know what? We actually get along really, really well during this. And, there's, I think, the normal little bickering here and there that any couple would have, but we've really gotten through this by finding amazing, like binge-worthy TV shows.
Yeah.
And, oh, there we are.
Yeah, for anyone living under a rock, Bob Saget is her husband.
Felicia, you were there from day one. I remember when we got engaged, we were both on the show.
I know, and I cried when Bob came in.
I know, that was so cute. But no, I think the binge-worthy TV shows have really helped get us through it because it gives us something to get excited about every night, and it's like our little thing. And then it's we get really excited about it, and we're totally besties, like watching the show every night. And we're I think that's the secret. Is Netflix and HBO Go.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the same shows, or is he like watching some of the shows that you watch some of the ones that he likes?
I think pretty much we really go full in on shows that we both agree on. I'm not going to like get him to really binge one that he's not really into and vice versa, but we kind of have the same taste. I mean, right now it's Boardwalk Empire. Before that, Outlander. So I mean, they're pretty like intense shows. There's nothing really too fluffy in there.
Yeah.
Outlander's so good too. I didn't expect it. Oh, I like it.
So good. And there's not going to be another one for probably at least another year or two now. So we're kind of,
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, now that's depressing. So
I know it is a little depressing.
Yeah, but Boardwalk Empire is good too.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to quarantine life in just a little bit. But let's talk about the patios in Chicago because we are slowly opening up. We're getting deeper into phase 3. This weekend, thanks to John, it's going to be a wonderful weekend of weather. And Mother Nature.
All you're doing.
So where do we need to be?
So first off, the fact that I'm missing either part or all of patio season in Chicago just breaks my heart because it is what we as Chicagoans look forward to all year long, so hopefully I can get there as soon as I can. I'm thinking hopefully July, but some of those patios that have already opened this week, so here's where I would be if I were in town. I would be at Beatnik. You guys been to either of the Beatniks? There's, Beatnik on the river and then the one in Westtown. And as of today, both Beatniks are open. So River opens today and Beatnik Westtown opened a few days ago. And I mean, just look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's just so gorgeous. The decor is amazing. You could be right on the river. Obviously they're maintaining social distance throughout and making sure that, nobody is sitting at the communal tables like how you see there. But whether you want that location or in Westtown where it's more of like that, they have a courtyard setting, it's just so beautiful. And the food's great too. So that helps. But, that's if you want something a little kind of swanky. But then if you want something a little more fun, have you guys seen this Recess, or have any of you guys been there yet?
Yes.
Not
I
me.
was
You've
there
been?
I went there like a week before everything went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're really marketing it as like the social distance rooftop because they're saying it's the largest rooftop in all of Chicago, which is, saying something, that's for
Yeah.
sure. But, they have all those like train cars all over the perimeter to kind of block you in and make sure you're not getting any any outside air even in the premises. But it just looks really, really fun. And
I played a game of beer pong there. They had volleyballs and garbage cans, and that's how you played as you launched them across instead of ping pong balls.
so it's for people who've already had a couple.
Yes. Or if you want to catch up, you gotta get going a little bit.
Oh my God. So then if you have to drink, then you're drinking the whole like garbage can full of beer.
Yeah, maybe that's not happening now. Maybe they're gonna wait for all this to be
Yeah, can you imagine? But yeah, so Recess looks really, really fun. So that's definitely a place that, like, one of the first places I'm heading. And then finally is Paradise Park, because if you haven't been there, I actually filmed an episode of Eat Travel Rock TV there last year, but they just opened up a massive rooftop that they didn't have even last summer. But then they also have their like patio courtyard area, and it's just, there's all these little tchotchkes everywhere, and it just looks like somebody's basement meets their garage, meets their, and then they have little Airstream trailers and all these fun little knickknacks all around. But it's just really fun. I think they've got some games going too. They definitely have like swings and other little activities, but the food's great, amazing pizza. And they're probably having so much fun right now.
Well, that gives us a taste of the outdoors, but we just got the news officially. I think we all knew it was going to come anyways. That Windy City Smokeout, Lollapalooza, these events are canceled, which for a lot of people is such a bummer. Those are like signature things that people have on that calendar set every year. What can we do in the meantime to enjoy them?
So yeah, as you said, major bummer. I guess we all knew the news was coming, but nothing can completely replace it. I mean, I guess, you could maybe take a walk through Grant Park and, have some virtual reality goggles on or something. But I would say Lollapalooza is still really trying to keep you involved, at least. And because, I get their emails all the time, their newsletter, and every week they always have something. It's called like From the Vault. So they are giving you these, like the old school performances, anywhere from like 1991 through last year. So a lot of the classic performances to kind of catch up in the meantime. But then during the actual festival, or when the festival would have been, which is July 30th through August 2nd, they're really going to do their best to kind of still give us something. So whether it's still live performances, other activities, other ways to just get everyone involved so you feel like you're at least experiencing some form of Lala. I know it won't totally be the same thing, but it might scratch the itch at least. And then, if you're a country music fan and you love Windy City Smokeout, well, at least something you can do. I mean, why don't you order some takeout from Bub City, get your barbecue, and then while you're home, like every Saturday night, you could go to Opry.com, and they have live performances from all of your favorite country music artists. Like this Saturday, they have Lady Antebellum. So, I mean, every Saturday they have live performances. So at least you can maybe order your favorite Chicago food, go hang out on Bub City's patio for a little bit, and then go home and watch some live Opry.
Well, and you got to think of it this way. Maybe there's a silver lining here. Then you don't have to deal with like the overly drunk, sweaty people.
That's always a plus.
That's a direct attack on me, Amy. Okay, and I don't appreciate it.
I mean, that's always a plus. That's always a plus. I think, you might save a little bit of money. Those Lala tickets are quite pricey. Yeah. But I guess a lot of people were like, I wouldn't trade that for anything. So, what can we do? I think they're saying that 2021 is going to be the biggest and best year yet. So we'll see with that lineup. They have a lot to prove.
Because it can only go up from here, guys.
Right?
We were saying that, like, I'm not the biggest street festival person, but come 2021, I'm visiting every neighborhood. I'm going to see what is happening at every single one of those things. I'm going to eat so much food out of carts and vans. I don't even know what's going to happen.
I mean, but at least it sounds like you guys have been doing some things. I mean, I've been quite the hermit here. So it's, to like yesterday I went out and got the dry cleaning and I was just kind of adjusting to even being, and there was just the one person in there, but I was still like, oh my God, society. Like, I don't know what to do. Like,
I went to a patio this week and it was so wonderful to have someone hand me a cocktail in the sunshine. I was like, oh, I feel normal again.
well, I think here in LA, Nobu just opened last week because it's not LA. I don't know if anything's really opened in LA yet. Maybe a couple patios, but since that's Malibu, I think we're going to make that our first place because it's a very special place, something a little bit more fancy and it's a special place to us. So I think we're like, that might be our first outing, be on the ocean. It's definitely not, you're not too crowded. So
Yeah. Some good fresh
fingers crossed.
air.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's like a race to see in Chicago, like who can attract, because everyone's looking and itching to get out. So places are trying some really cool and unique things, and I think it's really smart of them, like to adjust and to pivot and to do whatever they can. Offering cocktails to go, that's legal now here in the state too. Everyone just trying to get by, and it's all for fun too. But it's also to keep places going that we love so much.
I wonder if any place in Chicago is going to get those like bumper tables. Have you seen those?
Oh, yes.
Like the inner tube that you wear around you. Yes.
So you have your own little table on wheels and you're stuck in the middle and you're surrounded by this big table with an inner tube around it and everyone else has it. So it's like bumper tables and you can walk around. But the whole point is you're 3 feet on each side. So you're 6 feet away from anybody else.
Once again.
And then your drink can go on it.
Yeah. Once again.
And your food, I guess, too. Yeah.
The drag queens were way ahead of us. I went to a drag show once where they all had that to serve drinks on, and it was the best show I've ever been to, and we should all adapt to that.
They were ahead of the curve.
They always are. They always are.
Yeah, totally.
Is there any one food or restaurant in Chicago that you miss the most?
Oh gosh. Food in general. I will say I have had some Lou Malnati's pizza delivered via the, Chicago favorites or whatever Taste of Chicago delivery thing. So I have had, I think on my birthday, I told Bob, I said, we're having Lou Malnati's on my birthday. And that was my birthday dinner to myself. So that, missing Chicago pizza, missing, it's like, I'm always at, any of the Let Us Entertain You spots. Like those are always so good, like Sushi San, Bub City. I mean, so many of those great River North spots are always fun, but mainly I just miss it in general.
Yeah.
And I'll take any Chicago, miss the family, miss everything. So, and I mean, it makes it even harder when you see how gorgeous it is there now and everything's warm and everyone's outside. So I'm going to make my way back soon.
It's weird though, because the lakefront is shut down and I've never seen the lakefront so quiet.
Oh, that's right.
So
not even for like jogging or anything?
No.
The 606 is shut down. So like all of our favorite outdoor things that we usually are all clamoring for right now are like silent.
Yeah.
See, now that's interesting because you wouldn't think that if they're opening restaurants and patios that they would at least.
Hey, I'm writing a letter to the mayor if you want to jump on with me.
You know what? She's been good though. She's a tough cookie and she's on it and I've been keeping up with her and she is just awesome. So I'm sure she'll make that happen sooner than later, right? We'll just put out the vibes to Mayor Lightfoot there.
We were one of the hot spots for coronavirus. So it's good to know that it's being taken seriously. I mean, it's not the most convenient thing at all, but it's good to know it's being taken seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's been on it.
How's Bob doing during all this?
He's doing great. He's been busier than, I mean, he's always busy, but he's been probably the busiest quarantine person I've ever seen because, he's got his new podcast and he's always working on a ton of stuff. So he's been so busy from home that that's why I have this amazing little setup here because he always.
Is he like on the other side on another computer working away too?
No, he's over here somewhere. He'll come say hi.
Okay.
He's gonna say hi to Bob. But
not that we don't love you.
Who are you talking to?
Yes.
How
John and Felicia and Amy.
Nice to see you.
Remember last time I cried when I saw you, Bob?
Yeah, she said she cried. Yeah, can hear you through my.
I need an interpreter.
She cried when she saw you last time on the show. Remember?
Yeah, I do actually. I cry when I watch myself as well. I was gonna wear a mask just as a joke, but then I figured it's just silly.
Oh.
You're going to Chicago in July?
He doesn't want me to
I find
leave.
this stuff out on TV. I like
No,
this.
I said theoretically, I'd like to try to go to Chicago in July.
No, we'll play it back. I have a feeling.
Wait, why not?
Her sister had a baby, and I don't know if you guys know, if I could tell all your viewers how that happens. Well, her husband Dante and she, and the stork came. So
Yeah.
what happened was, I do want to see this baby. She just sat up, Alexandra, her beautiful niece.
I know.
and-
So she's almost 6 months now, and I haven't seen her since she was 2.5 months. So,
And I think that's one of the hard
main.
things. It's these personal connections that we're missing, whether it's parents, grandparents, or new babies. Ugh.
I know. So and he's never met her. So he's
No. And my milk's coming in, so I need to get out there.
guys. This is
Sorry.
this is my
Sorry.
life. This is my life.
I don't want her leaving. It's like Beauty and the Beast. I've got her trapped in a castle.
You literally never know what he's about to say.
No, I don't. And he's also a great. What are you? My first AD on a.
And I'm your butler. So.
Oh yeah, I'm my butler. He got me my water today. So.
Do you have a
Are you
bell or something to ring?
And I'm dust busting.
Sorry, John.
Do you have a bell to ring him in, or
No, I'll just text him from the other end of the house. Like, I need this, I need that.
It's not that subtle.
Well,
it's good to see you all. I wish you a lot of safety and love to see you in person. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
2021. That's what I used to tell people when they asked for my ID. Be well. I'll let you finish with my lovely wife.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Okay,
Yeah, that was
bye.
Strange delivery. Bye, Bob.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
But that would make quarantine fun. I would think that that's a great personality to be around.
No,
right?
we're really proud because, you hear these stories of, this quarantine's going to be the test. If you can get through that, you can get through anything. And we're like, every day we're like, oh my God, we're besties. And we, we have our dinner together every night and watch our shows, and we're both still alive. So that's all that matters, right?
You're
not killed each other.
Yes.
They always say marry someone that you really, really like.
Yeah.
You're like, I chose well.
Yeah.
We're all doing pretty good. Good job, team. Team high five. Well, Kelly, I love chatting with you. I think what was so great about you and Bob, and it's just you guys feel so real. And I feel like when this goes off, you guys are the exact same way.
Oh yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. I mean, so there's not even the ability to like bring it for the camera. There's just not, it's just real. So
that's great.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's so good to see you again.
So good to see you, and just so, looking forward to seeing you in person next, because it's been too long.
Yeah. Come home.
Believe me, sooner than later.
All right.
I'm getting on one of those planes and I'm not scared.
All right now.
Take care, Kelly.
Thank you guys.
On the screen there so folks can follow along with you on Twitter and on Instagram, and the website eattravelrock.com. She's great.
Yeah, really great stuff. Hey, let's move on to our next guest. I love podcasts. I'm a big fan of his as well. I Said No Gifts, hosted by Bridger Weiniger. Bridger is connected with audio. Good morning, Bridger.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Good. I'm a huge fan of the podcast. I binged about 4 episodes last night. I'm a fan of the Exactly Right network of podcasts. How'd you get started doing it?
Well, I've been friends with Karen Kilgariff, who is one of the co-hosts of My Favorite Murder for a long time. And she and I were talking about ideas, and I had this sentence pop into my head while driving in the car one night. And I thought, that would be an annoying thing to do to my friends and, colleagues to force them to give me gifts. And now here we are. I'm just inconveniencing people all over the country.
I think every good podcast needs like that hook, and I think it's such a good hook, but it's obviously not all about the gift. I was listening to the Andy Richter episode you did, and obviously you've got a lot of great guests you've had. You are such a good interviewer and allow people to open up. Is that something you've always been good at, or are you just naturally talking back and forth with folks?
That's very sweet. I think I'm just interested in hearing what people have to say. I think that was part of the reason I was excited about this podcast is I allow the person to bring whatever they want to talk about, and so we can get into the gift if they want to bring something they're enthusiastic about. If they don't want to talk about the gift, we can get into other things. I'm just interested in hearing what people want to talk about.
What's the craziest thing that someone's brought you?
The craziest thing, the most like psychotic thing so far is Lauren Lapkus, who's a very funny comedian and actor. She brought me. I opened the gift and it was just thank you cards. So it just felt like this insane mind game. It's like suddenly I now have to thank everybody. But I've gotten that. I got a T-shirt with a screen printed image of the ex-CEO of Sizzler, which is an interesting gift. I've gotten all kinds of things. I got like a weird fake alligator leather purse, which people just bring me whatever, and it's always a fun surprise.
I think you're being re-gifted a lot.
Oh yeah. I have so many things to give away at this point.
Have you ever gotten anything that you had to give it back to the person? Like,
Not yet. I try to be, as polite as possible. Nothing so far has been something I have to give back or anything, but I'm always just let the guest lead the way.
Richard, I just really enjoy. It's like a very laid-back experience, and I mean that in the nicest way. It's such easy listening. Have you had I don't want to say favorite guest because you probably each one has different, but guests that really surprised you how they conducted themselves in the interview with you?
I haven't had any real surprises, I would say. I mean, everybody's been different. Well, I had my friend Janelle James on recently, and we just had such a wonderful time because she is such a naturally funny person, but she's an amazing comedian and has lived this life where it's just like story after story. Like she was telling me about like eating too many shrimp with Puff Daddy. Like just she's got so many things to reveal. I want to have her on every week.
I find that everybody has a story, whether or not they think they do. There is something unique about their lives that are interesting to other people.
Right. Everybody's got at least one thing to reveal, and I try to get it out of them. Just something exciting or fun to talk about, and hope that it's just we're going through a lot right now, so it's just nice to occasionally have something a little relaxing to listen.
Yeah. Well, I watched season 1 of you folding a map.
Oh my God.
I watched that too.
I am curious how many more seasons that we'll see you attempting to fold this map.
Well, the original plan was for 10 seasons. We got the support for season 1, and we're still looking for producers. We want to go bigger places, better places. We want to fold more maps, and hopefully we'll be able to get some major money behind it because folding a map deserves that attention.
I want to see you fold. When you go into like government buildings or county buildings, they have like the full wall of
yes, of course.
Like the whole wall of their area that they serve. I want you to fold one of those.
Oh my God, I'm going to come to Chicago. I'm going to be folding a like 30 by 40 foot map of Chicago.
Yes. We have, 50 wards, 77 neighborhoods.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Airports. You got to fold it on up.
That's at least 25 episodes.
With you it is.
Yeah. Richard, do you like doing podcast hosting or writing more? Are they just so different it's hard to compare?
I think they both do different things for me. I think writing is a more stressful thing for sure. I think I enjoy both of them. Podcasting, I'm really surprised by how much I've been enjoying it because I never really had the intention to be a podcast host. So then I enjoy talking to people. So it's like I get to go on a date with a friend every week or something. It's very nice, and I'm learning. I get into better conversations with my friends on this thing than I do when we're at a bar or whatever because I can hear them. So,
is there a favorite late night show you've worked on?
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel Live, easily. Jimmy Kimmel is just the ultimate sweetheart and really kind of started my career for me. So, but of course I interned for David Letterman, and that was exciting too, but it was a whole other thing. But Jimmy Kimmel, till the end of time, bless that man.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you want to work with?
Oh, I felt very lucky that people I've gotten to work with so far. I've gotten to work with Robert Carlock and Tina Fey of like 30 Rock and Kimmy Schmidt. I've gotten to work with Jimmy Kimmel. I would love to work with Martin Short at some point. That's another hero who I just adore. Amy Sedaris. There are so many comedians and people who I just bow down before at all times. So, but if anybody wants to work with me, I'm always happy. So
yeah. I think I love that you're walking in your truth because you just have, and I mean this with love, but this kind of wonky talent that you would never think of, but it works for you and it looks so good on you. Where are you taking this? Like, what is the ultimate goal of goals that you are trying to accomplish?
Oh, the ultimate goal for me is to have a comfortable place to watch TV. That's always my goal. Just a more comfortable where I'm not worrying about the sound for the neighbors. I think that's kind of everybody's goal, just to have a nice place to watch TV.
What I love through the episodes is we don't only learn about your guests, but little bit by little bit, we peel back the onion that is Bridger Winegar, a Mormon kid who, came out, and that's a whole other experience, or at least your parents were Mormon. And has that been something that you thought was going to happen, that you would eventually start to kind of be a little bit more out there and open and talking about who you are, or are you surprised by that?
Oh, I'm shocked. Every day I wake up shocked because I didn't come out till much later in my life. I moved to LA when I was 25 and with absolutely no connections, nothing. And I'm like, oh, that was almost a horrible move on my part. That could have really blown up in my face.
This close.
It's worked out. It's allowed me to actually follow my career. I've been able to come out, and my family has been very supportive. And I'm living a life that truly, if you had told me when I was a teenager, I would have been like, what are we talking about? None of that's going to, that's not even a remote possibility. So
I love that you have that story too, because it's such a good inspiration for other people who are like, you're like, I'm going to go after what I want and I'm going to live my life and people are going to have to accept me or not accept me. And they did accept you.
Yeah, I hope that, especially among Mormons, that I know that there are a lot of Mormon men and women who are closeted that hopefully can see that there's a chance to live your life. As speaking of goals, if there's one thing I can do, it's that, let people know that you can do it, move on with your life, and be happy.
Have you been doing
Sorry, maybe that's a little heavy for more.
No. Oh gosh, we get here. Don't worry about that. Felicia's gonna go use the restroom really quickly, by the way.
Good for her.
We're wondering why she just walked away. She wasn't upset with your answer.
She's done with me.
She's done. She's like, Bridger, I'm out.
I did not know the interviewer was going this place. I'm out.
Do you, obviously you get these gifts, so have you been doing social distance interviewing during this, or was a lot of it done pre-quarantine?
Oh, I don't know what was happening, but we recorded 16 episodes before March. I think I was having some sort of episode or something because at the time there was no reason to be banking that many episodes of a show that wasn't even on yet. We did 16, and so that takes us until July. And so just in the last couple of weeks, we started doing some social distancing interviews, which is what we're doing right now. I did one interview in a friend's home, but we've been kind of quarantine buddies. So that's
crazy. It makes you like Nostradamus. You knew it was coming. You got a bunch of stuff done.
It's crazy. I've had to go back and listen to these interviews to edit them, and some of the things I'm like, am I able to see the future? Am I some sort of conduit to the future? It's so odd. But maybe the world has always just been insane, and so I was just commenting on another insanity, and it's.
I don't know. If we open up your stock portfolio and you heavily invested in Zoom in February, I think we have an investigation under our hands. I think we found.
I'm a co-founder of Zoom. And I now am just a multi-billionaire. So
we had a chance to interview Chris Fairbanks, which was maybe our most interesting interview we've done yet, in terms of all he did was show us his house. And you've been on the podcast with him and Karen as well for Do You Need a Ride?
Right. I watched your interview with Chris, and I was not aware of this aspect of Chris's life at all. He lives in a theme park.
It's like a hut.
It's wonderful, but I had no idea. I would have never expected that of Chris. And that podcast, Do You Need a Ride, is terrific. I owe them for taking me to the airport once. What a convenience.
And nothing more.
Nothing.
Can you reveal any of the guests you have upcoming that we can look forward to on the podcast?
Today we had Dave Holmes, who is the fantastic writer and just general comedic personality. I don't know if I should give any away.
Okay, you don't have to.
People. But in the next few weeks, especially upcoming in July, we've got some really exciting people that like one that I was really surprised by, and hopefully people will keep coming on and bringing me gifts.
Felicia's no longer offended. She came back. We all remember that a little bit.
You
What I
went and
missed,
screamed into
everybody.
a towel. And
Felicia, we've decided that you and John have to bring me gifts for every show,
Oh.
I'll be
decided
bringing her gifts.
right?
Who decided
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Uh,
Every talk show should have just gifts.
gifts. I love it. Just bring me gifts.
Well, Bridger, it's been great to chat with you, although I have to reveal that, and I wanted to talk with you, and I'm so glad we did, and same with Chris Fairbanks. But all I'm really trying to do is eventually get to know enough people that know Karen Kilgariff that I feel close to her, because My Favorite Murder is like the end-all be-all to me. So please put in the good word.
I will, and you're now one step closer to living that life. It's, I think you're not alone.
Yeah, that's good. No, but Bridger, you're great. The podcast is really, really good. And I don't say that just, I really did enjoy my binge, and I can't wait to keep on listening on my long, long walks. Let's get the information up for Bridger in the podcast. New episode out today. I said no gifts. That picture's amazing. Bridger_W on Twitter. And also I said no gifts on Twitter and Instagram. Take care, Bridger.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
So cool.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy, and it really is really, really good listening.
I love podcasts too. And I tend to listen to a lot of comedians. So I got to check this one out because it sounds just like a lot of fun.
The Andy Richter one is where I started, just because that was the name I immediately recognized. And I learned more about Andy Richter than I have after watching Conan for so many years. It's like this really deep conversation, but so funny. It just watching them do their thing is amazing.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do the weather really quickly while I also load up another screen of things I'm supposed to talk about. Temperatures are in the 70s right now. We're on our way to the low 80s. We are in store for a really great set of days here. And there's the Pride flag. In a moment, I'm going to tell you more about Pride and what we're doing for that. But it is June 11th, and we're going to be at 81 degrees, which is basically perfectly normal. 80 degrees is the average high temperature this time of year. Abundant sunshine, and the dew points have fallen, and they ain't gonna rise for a while, meaning we are set for a really comfortable week ahead. The weekend's gonna be cool. Tomorrow we still gotta get through, obviously, your Friday, 78, but then 67 on Saturday. It'll be really crisp, almost fall-like in the air as high pressure continues to settle on in. Dew points will be low. We will start a very slow warm-up process into next week. But even as we get towards the upper 80s, towards the middle of next week, we don't get the dew points yet. I think the dew points will stay low until Thursday or Friday, which means that our humidity levels will continue to be low. And when we saw that Pride flag, it reminded me to talk about, and our producer also reminded me to talk about, our Share Your Pride Chicago campaign in honor of the Stonewall Uprising each June. We celebrate LGBTQ Pride Month, and in recognition of Pride Month, CW26 and Aiken Law Office celebrating Agents of Change. We want to hear and share your stories. Use the hashtag Share Your Pride Chicago. Tag us at CW26 Chicago, or you can send your Pride stories and pictures to jamrealshy@wciu.com, and we're going to be highlighting those stories all month long.
Okay, well, let's keep it moving and welcome in our next guest. We've all had to kind of find ways to keep ourselves entertained during quarantine, and for the staff of Deer Path Inn in North Suburban Lake Forest, this is what they've been doing. Let's check out this video real quick.
Turn down for what? Teach me how to Dougie. You know why? Cause all the girls love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin'. And for you to back it up and dump it. Yeah. It's cold in here. There must be some clovers in the hat.
Wow.
Yes.
We want to welcome in the
manager and creative mind behind many of their posts. He's joining us now. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's fun to watch that reel.
There's a lot of books behind you there, man.
Yeah, I've only read about 2, I think.
Surprised I wouldn't have read any of them. They look very studious.
They are. That's why I only stick to.
So you walk into work and you say, all right, guys, we got to pivot. We got to shift. Here's what we're going to do. What was the response?
Yeah, basically, our account historically has always been sort of a little cheeky, and we don't take ourselves too seriously at all. And it's a nice juxtaposition for our beautiful surroundings here at the inn. And so when we saw the national conversation change from shortages of toilet paper and how to properly wash your hands, we knew, things were changing. So we took stock of what other accounts were doing. Some went dark, some got a little sentimental, others were a little tone deaf and not pivoting fast enough. And so we consider ourselves an entertainment venue, and we figured we'd move this entertainment online. And so, so we rallied the troops and said, what do you got? And let's do something fun here. And they were all in. I mean, I think it was a good way to help keep us stay sane and just fill our time and make the most of what everybody was dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta say, you've got some pretty good staff that they were willing to just kind of get on board and go with it. Some people would be like, no, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have a large staff here, and so not everybody's featured there, and that some of them a little shy or whatnot. So those that were game and willing to participate, we had a good time with that.
You got a staff of Felicias, people willing to jump in front of that camera for anything.
Well, it was funny because as things went on, there were days where we had other stuff to do or like actual work to do, and they'd show up with their guitar or with an idea and be waiting in the wings, like, I've got something, and I'd be like, okay, wait, but not today. We're not doing that today.
Yeah, actually have to work on the talk.
Yeah, right. So when you do a lot of weddings, obviously there was a lot of cancellations, I imagine. Have a lot of people shifted to the next year? Were you able to work with individuals and couples to try and make the most of whatever you can do?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously saw a lot of that, as did everybody. And so we were super flexible and understood the situation. And so we worked with all of them. It's a little bit of a hybrid. There were some that, they canceled indefinitely, just not sure what to expect and when to reschedule. A good majority did reschedule for next year, which is great. And some, when I say a hybrid, like they're having their ceremony with a small intimate group now, and then we'll have the big sort of party next year.
And you guys are now back open, right? Doing stuff outside?
We are, yeah. So the inn itself for overnight rooms is open, and we're now permitted to have outdoor dining. And so that's been fun. We had a great run with the weather up until the last 2 days. So that made things a little more interesting. But it's been great to welcome people back and see people. And it's been fun to watch them interact with the staff that they've been watching, on social media and asking them questions and pointing out, their favorite skits. And so it's been great.
Yeah. We're about 2 weeks away from phase 4, which would allow for groups of 50. Are you guys going to start adjusting with that as well? Or are you guys playing it a little safer? What do you guys plan?
Yeah, no, we will. And we do a lot of during the weekday corporate business. So, those organizations we work with have their own sort of internal mandates of what they consider to be safe or, the restrictions they're imposing. And so we've got a handful of meetings and things on the books, not quite 50. And so we're looking forward to easing into that. And then, that'll allow us to also open our interior dining spaces. And so that'll be fun to see, people indoors again and sort of just identify, what restrictions are going to, or conditions are going to come with that. I would imagine, besides just the 6 foot distancing between tables, there might be a capacity cap or something to that nature that needs to be followed.
But now you guys are going to get all busy and have to do real work. Are you going to be able to keep up the account?
Yeah, so we did sort of bring it in for a landing the week that we were going to be opening, just a day shy of opening the outdoors, just knowing that we wouldn't be able to keep up with the frequency in which we were doing it, during the sort of isolation period. But we still pepper in some fun stuff, and now it's sort of things that are happening in real time, which makes it even more funny. So we took the first week to really just focus on everyone's safety, both the staff and the guests. And so now is an opportunity to ease back a little bit and do some more fun things.
How are you guys making the guests feel a little bit more comfortable coming there to stay?
Yeah, it's a lot, right? I mean, so there's sort of, for us, it's divided into 2 sections. We've got the hotel side, which requires a whole new approach. And then we've got the restaurants, which for, most of us in the industry, we've always followed strict sort of public health guidelines that, prevented you from getting E. coli or salmonella. And so we've taken that to another level. And obviously everyone in the kitchen's wearing masks and keeping their distance as best they can. And so, we put out some videos on our social media since we had a good following with the community, and showed them and illustrated for them, what we were doing to keep them safe. So, everyone's required to wear masks if they're coming indoors. We've got hand sanitizer stations everywhere. Everything is, either wrapped or packaged, and working with them at the table to the level of their comfort. We can just leave a pitcher of water on the table and not come back until the food is ready, or we can, service you as we had at a responsible distance. Upstairs things have really changed in what we do with the hotel rooms, and putting them out of service for 48 hours after a guest departs, using EPA approved antimicrobial disinfectants on everything, all the touch points. We thrive on touch points and engagement, and touch points just aren't safe anymore. Engagement needs to be measured, like literally. And so there's a whole new approach to everything that we do upstairs, but everything's very optical, right? It's all very transparent, and guests can see the measures that are being taken to keep them safe. Something as simple as a remote control is now, in a sealed bag that says it's been sanitized. And we're fortunate in that we're 57 room in. We're not talking about 1,000 rooms, so it makes it a little more easier for us to stay on top of all of it.
And I imagine you guys have like a group of people that visit you guys that have been visiting you for years and just excited to come back to an old favorite.
Yeah, for sure. And that also, I think, helps us, or puts us at an advantage, that they've always trusted us, and they've always known that we've been here to take care of them. And I think, again, seeing, sort of video online that just amplified what it was that we were doing. And yeah, they were excited, and they all checked in with us throughout the whole thing, whether it be commenting on the post we were doing or sending us emails. They've been great and very supportive along the way. So it's great to see them trickling back too.
Tell us about these surprise boxes.
So so again, everyone, I think, had to get a little creative during this downtime. And so, our venue here, most of our restaurants are big for special occasions, and everyone comes to us to celebrate anniversaries or birthdays, graduations. And so it was like, how can we sort of still continue to do that now that we're mostly doing our carryout business? And so we came up with the idea of sort of a birthday in a box, or a celebration in a box, and including some of our signature items, like we've got this, I'll call it a big arse chocolate cake. And so we modified that for something that could be to go. And then we've got these great cocktail kits that George, who was on a number of our videos showing people how to make them, they can accompany the box, and folks can celebrate at home. So they can either buy the individual just to give to someone as a gift, or if they're going to be doing like a Zoom birthday, or participating in a driveway or something, a driveway party, that they can also add on for the other individuals to have a slice of cake too.
So fun. Nice. Sounds so good right now too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have an anniversary coming up, so that might be a good idea.
Yeah, really. Well, thank you so much for joining us. The Instagram page, excuse me, has just been fabulous. I've been following you guys for a while, and it's been really fun watching your staff have a little fun during this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for saying that. It was a lot of fun for us, and it was fun for me this morning. I appreciate it.
By the next time you come on, you have to read 5 of those books behind you. I'm telling you.
We'll see. I'll get there.
All right.
Tell everybody hi.
Let's get all the information there up on the screen. Deer Path Inn in Lake Forest. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and of course the webpage, thedeerpathinn.com.
Yay.
Yay.
Super
Yeah,
cool.
I can follow them for a while. They're really fun.
Yeah. I love any business that's just, hey, let's bring the staff together. It can be it can be something fun to do together. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that people don't take themselves too seriously,
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate him though, just sharing what they're doing. You just, no one's going to be perfect, but if you're heading out into the world, you want to know that they are at least trying to be as good as they can be with everything that's going on.
And look who we've got here. We've got not the rest of the Jam staff, but most of the rest of the Jam staff. Wait, who are we missing?
Most of the rest.
We got all the on air folks.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, everybody.
We're in here.
How many people do you think we got on our team? Well, hold on, Mustafa.
Mustafa rocks. I miss Mustafa rocks.
Yeah. Krista, you look so cute. I love your hair and the color paint.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see your nails.
Thank you, Phoebe. You looking good too?
Thank you. What color?
Oh, they're chipped, but I went a little neon.
Okay, good. I might do something.
They're a little neon yellow, but they're chipped. Don't look too close.
Got you.
Brandon,
Felicia, what
I
about
like that
you?
shirt you're wearing. Brandon.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
okay,
John.
Brandon.
Thank you.
What color are your nails, Brandon?
Ordinary.
Original.
Original.
That shirt,
Natural.
Brandon's shirt says, "I really want to go golfing with you, bud, today."
You look like back of the eye.
I really
back
do
of
want to
the
go
eye.
golfing. It'd be great to do that right now.
Right.
Oh, it's nice.
Come on over.
Okay, so we're gonna play Truth or Dare, right?
Yeah.
So
So, all right, guys. So it's Thursday, and we are going to start off Truth or Dare here on Facebook, and then at 3:00, I'll remind you guys before this ends, you guys have to join us on Instagram. Okay, so it's all going down at 3 p.m. Central Time on the Jam TV show's Instagram. But for now, we're gonna kick things off here. And John, since you took my intro, we'll just start with you. Okay.
Punishment.
Truth or Dare.
I'll do truth.
Ugh.
Well, is the Dare going to be very mobile? I already moved to the
Okay,
kitchen.
you said what you had to say. Let me see.
No, let's just do truth. We'll do truth.
The truth. Okay. John, what's the longest time you've stayed in the bathroom, and why did you stay in there for so long?
I've definitely
share
been,
that on TV.
I've definitely been in the bathroom for over an hour. I used to go and like read in the bathroom. I know that's a boring answer, but I would like read chapter after chapter, and it would be like I look at my watch or my phone. I'm like, I have been sitting here for like an hour and a half. I've done that many, many times, and I'm like, this is disgusting. What's that?
But did you inspect the book after or whatever?
I burned the book after. I think that's the only thing to do. What was your question, Amy?
Don't your legs go numb?
Oh yeah, I think that was the sign where I'm like, wait, how long have I been here? My mom's like pounding on the wall. I did it in high school a lot. For the other reason, probably about 45 minutes. I think you actually all know that story about that one live shot that I was on that didn't go so hot. So that was about a 45-minute.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I think of myself like if I stay in the bathroom for more than like 15 minutes, I'll have my brother, my dad, and my mom. And okay, look, we have a bathroom downstairs, but no one, I don't know if you guys experience the same thing. No one wants to go to the bathroom downstairs. No one wants to go down the stairs. So they're pounding, like you said, John, hey, are you almost done? Hey, and literally like I had just walked in. Like, what is the problem?
Yeah. You want to poop in peace.
I say I hide from my family in the bathroom. I lock the door. The kids can't find me. Nothing unusual.
All right.
Oh
cool.
my goodness. Okay, let's see. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, Amy, truth or dare?
Truth.
Truth. Okie dokie. Let's see. What's the most childish thing you still do?
The most childish thing. I have children, so like half the things I do is childish.
You're not getting out of this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, jeez.
Like a good one. Like, do you still
That is kind of tough.
like pick your nose? Do you
Oh.
still what's
She was
another
like a nose picker. Yeah.
I've never been a nose picker. I got a little nose. It's hard to get up there. I don't think I do anything super. I do occasionally whine, but gosh, not at the level of kids do. So I don't think I do a lot of childish stuff.
Do your kids bring out kid-like behavior in you? Like they call you butthole a lot. Do you use that sort of language too to other people then?
Oh yeah. Well, not to other people, but just back to them. You call you
You got to bring it down on their level. When they go low, you go low with them.
Take that, Michelle Obama. We're going lower, girl.
Amy, when you're talking or when you're feeding your kids, I remember seeing this. I think it was like in an Incredibles scene. Don't ask me why I remember this, but the mom was like mouthing as she was trying to get the food into the kid's mouth. Did you find yourself doing that too?
I used to do that when they were little. They're too big for that now, but it would be like, because they'll mimic you sometimes. So if you'd start doing it, then they'd be like, yes.
That's so cute. Okay.
By the way, have fun with the rest of the game. I got some Chicago food to go stuff to do, so enjoy, everyone.
Okay, John.
Hey, John.
Right. He's going to leave in the middle of his dare. Oh, I will say for me, I end up getting a little childish when my food isn't made how I want it to be made, or if someone like my husband forgets the barbecue sauce that goes with the meal. Don't mess up my food because you're going to get a temper tantrum.
Oh,
You know what?
full
No.
temper tantrum, huh?
Yes. I'm
I
going to be.
don't think that's bad at all. I think, let me explain why. And Antonio, my boyfriend, always yells at me for this because we'll be at a restaurant or something and we'll get something that you didn't order or, not specific to what you wanted. So if you're going to pay for something, at least let it be what you want and how you want it, right? So I'll call, whoever is serving us over, can you please exchange this or change whatever? And like, he'll get so embarrassed. Like, why are you making a scene about this? And I'm like, it's not.
No, you're paying for something.
You're paying for it.
Oh, I hate that. I hate confrontation like that. I just let it happen and I just eat it and I'm happy.
No,
I'm
you're
kind of
not.
the same way as Krista.
You're sitting there upset that your food is not how you ordered it, okay? And see, here's with Teddy, I always tell him, check the food before you leave, like if we're getting takeout or something. Because the last few times they leave my food out or they mess my food up and he's sitting over there happy and I'm sitting over there mad.
Well, and Felicia, you could probably attest to this. Restaurants want you to correct them if they're wrong because they want you to be happy so you come back.
Exactly.
But I'm usually still happy. Like, it's never really that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Deals with it.
Motto of today, be more like Krista.
Oh my
Or
God.
go to Krista when you need something because you know she's going to say yes anyway.
Yes, woman.
You can gift Krista anything for her birthday.
You can.
Who's next? Krista, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. Gosh, every time I'm like, do I have to do the dare? Because I always do the dare. But I'll do it. I'll dare. I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay, let me see.
I just know I'm very connected and wired. There's a lot going on in front of me.
I'm gonna be nice to you because every other time we do Truth or Dare, I've put you in a shower.
I'm in the shower. I'm dumping water on my head. I'm putting peanut butter on my face.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot going on these Instagram Truth or Dares, you guys. If you're not tuning in, you are missing out.
Okay, let's see. Do you have a purse or like a book bag that you carry around all the time?
Yeah.
Around like near in reaching area?
Yeah.
In reaching area.
Reaching. What is that called?
Want me to get it?
Yeah, get it and then pull everything out and show us and tell us what it is.
Okay, one sec. Yes, I'm wearing sweatpants.
That's not terrible.
Y'all, okay? This is Snow White.
No one does.
Hey, guys.
It's okay,
I'm wearing
girl.
this blazer and then black sweatpants.
Yeah, her room looks really comfortable. Like that looks like a good place
It
for
does
her.
look very comfy and
A
very
really
white.
good place. Yeah.
I like the lamp.
Thank you. The lamp is new. And I just got these new nightstands that I built, you guys.
Ooh. When you say built, like IKEA built or
IKEA,
like
Like Pier 1, I built it.
Yeah, you didn't really build it. But
Okay.
No.
You follow the
It took me like an hour and a
directions.
half.
It takes some handiness.
Screwdrivers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
you go down and chop down a tree and cut the wood and make
Amy, you know me. Come
Krista,
on.
the craftsman, the craftswoman. She
right.
No way.
chops
Okay.
down wood.
This is my backpack. And okay, I have this little beauty thing. It's not beauty though. It actually might be. But I have a hairbrush. I got some face lotion. I got some chapstick. I got like a bronzer for whenever you need it. Hand sanitizer, very important in these times.
This is true.
Here's a hand lotion. I guess this stuff is beauty stuff. I got some contacts. You never know.
Gotta
One
have
might
it
pop out. It's happened. And then I have this. I don't know what's in here. I'm a big pouch girl.
Okay, you're organized. That's what's up.
I like that.
Literally nothing is in here. Amazing.
You just carry it around.
Here's a Dunkin' Donuts gift card.
Give me that.
Never go wrong with that.
Love Dunkin'.
Here's my wallet, but I think I took everything out to put in another smaller purse that's downstairs right now.
Is that a Louis Vuitton wallet?
I don't know, Fief.
Yes, you're
Is
so.
it?
I love it. Also, show us a credit card.
That's in my small wallet that's downstairs, and I took like a fanny pack out this week. That's all I got.
Your credit
You
card
look-
information on social media.
I know she's so sweet. She looks like she really thought about it.
You guys want my Dunkin'?
Oh, I got scared. I was like, no, Krista.
I got scared there for a minute too. No,
Laughing like
That's the
Krista,
Dunkin'
no.
Donuts gift card. I'm more of a Starbucks girl than Dunkin', so that's why I still haven't used this.
Yeah, Deanna
I'll
tried to
take
cover her screen. Like, don't show it.
Don't show it. Don't show it. Someone's gonna pause and screenshot. It's fine. It's on me. Enjoy.
Hey, Krista, if you don't want that Dunkin' Donuts,
Right, I was
I'll
gonna say, hold on a
take it.
second. You don't have a Starbucks by my house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I live right by Dunkin', so it's good for me. I'll take it.
All right, I'll divvy it up. You guys can have it.
I
Wait,
miss
are
our
you-
Starbucks date.
Is Brandon
that-
next? Let's do Brandon
That's
next.
Okay, Brandon, truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay, truth. Oh my gosh, let's see. Have you ever, so you have to tell us a story, okay? Have you ever waved at someone thinking they saw you when they really didn't? What did you do when you realized it? I feel like
Thinking
this happens all the time.
Thinking they saw me, but they really did not see me.
Like, you know, when you're waving to someone, but they're really not either talking to you or it's not the person you think it is, but you're like, you know.
Yeah, it's happened. I can't think of a specific example, but it's definitely happened. It's not a great story. I was waving at somebody. They were looking somewhere. I thought they were looking at me. And
Brandon always tries
that
to
wasn't
act
the
so
case.
cool. He always tries to act so cool and so smooth.
He's like,
Brandon, yeah, you
It's all
know,
an act.
right? And then he's going for a selfie.
mhm.
You know what?
Is it all
I
an
went
act?
up to someone, had a conversation with them. Meanwhile, they're looking at me like, who is this? I swear I could have sworn it was like one of my friends that I haven't
Well,
seen.
you're
in a
mistaking
while.
somebody for somebody else.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you confront someone after they ignored you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
Yeah.
was waving at the girl. This was at the gym in the locker room. She probably thought I was nuts. And so I'm walking up to her and I'm like, hey, how you been? Oh my God, it's been so long, whatever. And you know, I you could tell that she had no idea how to like tell me to leave her alone up until the point where I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, is there a problem? Are you okay? She's like, no, I don't know you. I don't think I know you. I don't think we have known each other in the past. It's just like the worst.
Oh,
Especially
that's bad, Dee.
I mean,
I never gotten to it like the
Look at the
conversation
door.
point. I usually say hello and then you realize this isn't it.
Yeah.
Not the person.
You guys, I was hosting an event once and it was a large group of people and my neighbors, an older couple, happened to be there. So after I was done doing the emceeing, I went down and started talking. I'm like, oh, it's great to see you guys. I hope everything is going well, blah, blah, blah. And probably talked to them for like 20 minutes. And towards the end, they go, oh yeah, our neighbor works for that station. I'm like, yeah, I'm your neighbor. That's me. 20 minutes. I gave them a hug and everything and they didn't even know it was me.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Felicia, are you last?
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. Got another great show coming up tomorrow. Comedian Rosebud
darn.
Baker has a busy quarantine. She's gotten engaged, started 2 podcasts. Both she and her husband have gotten seriously sick, and she's gonna tell us all about it tomorrow at 11:15.
Oh my goodness. And then you guys, we're going to talk to Josh McBride about Father's Day gift ideas. There's so many great dads out there that, you know, we got to make sure we honor them and we celebrate them. If you've been living under a rock, Father's Day is coming up this weekend.
Got my present already from Abby. Very proud of myself. All right, guys, go out and have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 for news, 10 for fun.
Yeah, today,
Right.
see you at 3 p.m. on IG Live. Okay?
Yeah.
3 p.m.
Felicia should probably start because she got out of this one, you know?
I was
Oh
trying to-
man, we're out of time. There's no time. There's no time.
3 o'clock.